This is Arihant here. Thanks for tuning in to my first ever book review. Today I'll be taking you through this Dan Brown fiction thriller, Origin. This book I have here is a hard copy and was gifted to me by a very good friend of mine. So let's get started with the review. Where do we come from? Where are we going? The fundamental premise of Dan Brown's latest religio-political conspiracy thriller, Origin. This book is the fifth installment featuring the protagonist Robert Langdon, or the Professor Robert Langdon, the world renowned professor of religious iconology and symbols. Like in the previous books, Robert Langdon finds himself yet again amidst a controversial event involving a murder, then followed by a cryptic chase to find the killer. The Dan Brown bandwagon moves to Spain in this installment of his latest books, and the story begins with Edmund Kirsch, a futurist, a world renowned billionaire scientist, and an outspoken atheist who has made a startling claim that his discovery would wipe out all the religions from the world and bring about a paradigm shift in the thought process of the people by answering two fundamental questions that have been unanswered since the beginning of mankind. One, where do we come from? And second, where are we going? Guggenheim Museum in Bilbao, Spain is where the who's and who of the world have assembled to watch Edmund reveal his discovery in a live event. The audience also includes his good friend and his erstwhile teacher from Harvard University, Professor Langdon himself. The event begins with an astounding video about the timeline of mankind and the key events that have altered the life as we know forever. The presentation moves on and the audience is intrigued and the suspense is at its peak when Edmund walks onto the stage to reveal his discovery to the people. He is in the middle of his presentation when something unbelievable and shocking happens. He is shot dead by a former Navy commander who is being guided by a shadow called the Regent. Professor Langdon is joined by Umbra Vidal, the director of the museum and the future Queen of Spain, who is also in shock as she witnesses the horror unfold. Together, the two embark on a chase to find out the password to Edmund's presentation so that they can make his discovery live and public. They are joined by a special individual named Winston. Now, Winston is the most advanced piece of artificial intelligence that Edmund had created. Winston is a piece of AI, is a computer assistant who is capable of doing anything and everything and becomes a formidable partner to the two during the chase. The plot picks pace, as it moves forward, with different individuals getting involved and the duo unraveling mysteries in en route to find their en route to their journey to find the murderer and the password to his presentation. Uh, the storyline I feel is a bit bulky, and there are many parts in the book which would not enthusiast a reader. They fail to enthusiast me at least. So while the chase has its own fair share of thrills, suspense, and tense moments, the flow is somehow stemmed many times in the book due to the stories of the King of Spain, the Queen, the Prince of Spain, the future Queen Amra Vidal, and their love stories, which are completely inconsequential to the outcome of the book. Furthermore, Dan Brown seems to be in love with Tesla because the reference to its car has been made several times in the book, along with the extraordinary feature that it has. Maybe they have tried a product placement in this book. Uh, yes. Unlike his previous books, this one is not an out and out page turner, I would say. At many places, I had the urge to stop, reading that particular section and fast forward the story. Now, giving credit where it's due, every time Robert Langdon appears in the book, you feel the thrill and anticipate something exciting is about to happen. Langdon is up against a formidable enemy, like he is always, who is a step ahead of him at each stage. There are several attempts to murder Langdon and Umbra Vidal, and the way they dodge it is somewhat exciting. Now, if you have read the previous editions of Brown novels, they are very high on describing various conspiracy theories about famous museums, about famous churches, and Christianity as a whole. While this book is on the same line, it is not as informative as the previous book. After reading all the Dan Brown books, my expectations were sky high from this book in terms of the information that it gives out. Uh, at the end, what I felt is the reader is left yearning for a little more from Dan Brown because that is the expectation from him. A little spoiler for those who are reading this book. The answer to the two fundamental questions is not at all exciting. It's not really surprising, nor is the antagonist of the book. You somehow see it coming after having read all the Dan Brown books. You would be able to anticipate who would be the real regent or the shadow who is operating behind this entire scene. Uh, for those who are starting to read Dan Brown books, please do not start reading with this book. It wouldn't be the right start for you. If I had to rate this book, I would give it a rating of 2.5 on 5, and that zero point 0.5 extra is probably only for Robert Langdon. That is what I had from my review of Dan Brown Origin. Guys, if you like the video and want me to make more such reviews, please hit the subscribe button at the bottom of the video, and I would be soon back with a new review from another book. Thank you so much for watching. Have fun.